Hello, friends, and welcome back to Italy, a place to love YouTube channel. Okay, so today I woke up this morning, I was checking my phone, and so straight away pop up on the screen of my phone a very warning news about a super mega huge volcano is going to explode soon in Italy. Now, I have already covered one video about let me say the fear mongering articles that is possible to find um, on internet about this mega volcano, this huge volcano in Italy. And so today I decided to read this article and I said to myself, okay, let's go and let's read together with with my followers, with my subscribers, this article just to be a bit more aware about what's going on. Okay, in particular here we are talking about Campania region, and we are talking about a sleeping volcano. Now we are not talking about Vesuvio volcano, okay, but we are talking about Campi Flegrei. Okay, that is still in the surrounding area of Naples, Campania region, Naples area. So anyway, if you like this type of contents, put like and subscribe. It takes 2 seconds. And so let's start reading from this article that I found on the web. Every eye, the website is called tech.everyeye.it. Ok, so notizie, scienziati, notizie is part of the news. Scienziati avvertono risveglio supervulcano italiano capace di scatenare il caos. What do they say here? Scientists are warning that a supervolcano can just wake up and it's able to create, to generate panic and chaos in this area. So this is an image anyway of this article. It starts. This is an image of Campi Flegrei. Okay, but then we'll have a look as well to some pictures later on. Now I want to read this article. So, scientists warn of Italian supervolcano awakening capable unleashing chaos. All right, let's go and let's read. Just to be aware, you know. Now, imagine a volcano under your feet, so powerful that it can rewrite the history of the planet. Wow, I didn't know, to be honest, up to it's only recently that I'm aware about this volcano. I lived all my life without being aware of this. Anyway, I know Italy is a country anyway that has volcanoes, that has earthquakes. Anyway, there are natural kind of it. It happened in the history of Italy that we had natural disasters, but I didn't know, and to be honest, only in the last, let me say, year, I start reading a lot about this Campi Flegrei. Anyway, this is not the beginning of of an apocalyptic movie, but the reality that surrounds the Campi Flegrei, a volcanic caldera located near Naples. So, caldera is an Italian word. I didn't know, for example, that also in English it's used to call caldera for, let me say, the mouth of the volcano. In Italian we say la bocca del vulcano. Anyway, among the many volcanic events of the Campi Flegrei, the Solfatara crater stands out for its incessant activity. Since 2005, gas emissions, especially carbon dioxide, have increased dramatically, reaching today a level comparable to the consumption of 2,273 meter cubes of gasoline per day. I'd say here I could only spend few words that Mother Nature, anyway, is doing their job, so we cannot blame only the humans for the activity on the planet. So, anyway, I'm not saying much, but it's a big amount of dioxide, carbon dioxide every day. Anyway, so this is kind of shocking, according, to the things are said about the weather, the climate, and so on. Now, according to a study conducted by Gianmarco Buono of the National Institute of Geophysics and Volcanology, up to 80% of these emissions come directly from the underlying magma. The rest, a chemical reaction, boiling fluids and rocks rich in calcite. All right, the activity is not just a nuisance to those who live nearby, it represents an urgent message from underground. But is it a normal breathing of the earth or the prelude to something greater? Now, this is all what technically Italians, it seems like all the world now is warring of. Okay, so, if you think that Vesuvius is the most dangerous volcano in Campania, Campi Flegrei will make you change your mind. So, for example, I always thought personally that Vesuvius volcano was the problem in the surrounding area of Naples. I only recently discovered about Campi Flegrei. Before was only a touristic attraction, let me say. I remember movies recorded in Campi Flegrei, but I never heard anything really shocking as it is now. Okay. Um, Campi Flegrei will make you change your mind. An eruption of this supervolcanic caldera could have consequences thousands of times more devastating, wiping out entire territories and projecting tons of ash into the atmosphere capable of obscuring the sun. Technically, this is possible anyway. From the volcanoes, it happened in the history. There are many times, several times it happened, had been recorded as well, of explosion. I don't remember, for example, exactly if it was in 1814, a volcano in Indonesia caused it caused 2 years without summer practically. For 2 years, for 2 winters and summers, um, the temperatures drop badly simply because the ashes cover the atmosphere, and so the sun rays didn't go through and didn't hit properly the earth as we are living. So tons of ash into the atmosphere capable of obscuring the sun. A similar event occurred about 40,000 years ago when the eruption of Campi Flegrei contributed to a dramatic climate crisis and, according to some studies, accelerated the extinctions of Neanderthals. Anyway, probably this is what happened, so if science is saying this, anyway, I believe that 40,000 years ago it happened because, anyway, this is the geology of the earth. So there's nothing we can do to change these things technically. We can only live with this type of events in case, hopefully, better they not happen. But anyway, if they happen, we have to take actions and see what we can do. Anyway, today we do not see apocalyptic explosions, but there are worrying signs. Seismic tremors and ground deformations indicate a constant movement of magma. Since 2012, the volcanic alert level has been raised to yellow, signaling a growing risk that we cannot afford to ignore. Anyway, from this point of view, yes, Anyway, if there are warnings, if there are signals, obviously we cannot ignore these type of signals, and we should take some action. But again, here the problem is that a lot of people are living in this area. So what is the plan, for example, of the Italian government in case there are things happening? At the moment, a lot of people are still living in this area. So the big question is what to do. Anyway, distinguishing between gases emitted by magmatic movements and those caused by natural reaction is crucial. Only in this way can we accurately anticipate a possible eruption. However, the margin of error is thin, and the challenge is more complex than it seems. At stake is not only Naples, but all of Europe. An eruption could have global repercussion. Technically, again, yes, it's not only about, of course, the first alert would be to Naples area, Campi Flegrei, and the surrounding area, but it seems that could cause a lot of problems, not only to Italy, but to the whole Europe. Now, the Campi Flegrei are a powerful reminder that the planet is alive and constantly changing. I mean, this is what we have to take because, anyway, in particular, if you're Italian people who are living daily with these type of things, anyway, it's something that we have in our DNA, we accept it. And it's not only Italy anyway, because all the Mediterranean area, from Turkey to Greece, um, have witnesses many of these type of events. So every gas emission, every little tremor reminds us that we live on an unstable surface. Will we will we be able to predict the future of the supervolcano, or we will be caught by surprise? I guess it's more will be by caught by surprise because, to be honest, I find it very hard to predict. But if scientists are predicting, then they should take an action. While scientists race against time, we can only watch and hope. Exactly. But one thing is certain: when the earth raises its voice, it is best to listen. And I totally agree. I mean, we should listen to our planet and so on. So anyway, this was an interesting article, and because anyway, a lot of people from the world know about the situation in this area, so I decided also to update you with this article that was written on the 25th of November. So it was only written, but anyway, at the moment on the Italian outlets, in particular, when you open the smartphone, you might find a lot of information here in Italy about what is about to happen in Campi Flegrei. Not so Vesuvio is not really. People are not really worrying. Not people, scientists are not really worrying about what is happening. What might happen to Vesuvio anyway, even if you go to Naples area, obviously you see the volcano that is there, okay, so the Vesuvio, and that might scare because you see it, you actually see it, while Campi Flegrei you can only see the Caldara from the top. Now I decided to go on on Google, and I just wrote, as you can see here on the top, sorry, on the top of the screen, I wrote Campi Flegrei. This is also if you want to do your own research, anyway, if you want. And I decided to have a look, for example, to the pictures to understand what the caldara is, first of all. So basically, this is what the caldara is. Now, as we can see, for example, from this second picture here, now it's a pity that is a bit small. Um, okay, I'm trying to open the picture here. Anyway, they're showing small pictures. Let's see what other pictures. Okay, for example, this picture is much better here because this picture here it's giving you an idea about the situation in Naples, Campi Flegrei and Vesuvio. Okay, so basically here we have Napoli, Napoli city. That anyway, it's all this area here, and we can say that more than 2 million people, nearly 3 million people are living around this area. So here on the right of the picture, we see the Vesuvio volcano. Okay, but that anyway, scientists, it seems like they're not really worrying, okay, about the activity. Anyway, if there's no activity from the volcano, basically there's nothing to worry. Now the problem of the activity is this area here, the big red circle that we see. So basically, this is an area that is emitting all this gas, for example, that we were reading. There are a lot of mouths. We can see, anyway, this, the caldara is like the mouth of the volcano. We say in Italian, la bocca del vulcano. So the place where the magma could explode, where is the magma coming from? So it seems like this is a super huge, it's a super volcano comparing to Vesuvio, and this is what is scary. Now, the scary thing is that a lot of people, anyway, are living in this area. Sorry. Then, for example, I can see another picture here. All of these are kind of, these are all in the caldara. We can see all these circles that we see here, but we can also see anyway that there are constructions that people are living in this area. Now, I don't know if, for example, all these images are real or are computer generated, for example, but this is also part of Campi Flegrei. So it's still far from the Vesuvio area, let me say, and for example, also in this picture, we can see there are a lot of small volcanoes. This is a caldara. This is all part of the caldara. This is La Baia di Pozzuoli. So there is an evacuation plan, for example. So Italy is aware about this event that might happen, and obviously a lot of people are warning. So, for example, here again we see the same picture from the sky, Campi Flegrei supervolcano, that is all this area. Also here, all the bay. So it seems like it's an underground volcano. While, for example, Vesuvio is not underground, because if you go to Naples, you can actually see this mountain that is quite high, maybe it's 2,000 meters high, a bit less than 2,000 meters. Now, I didn't check, I'm not sure, but anyway, you can see the mountain. The difference here is that you don't see anything. It seems like everything is underground. So, I'm not making this video to scare anyone, simply to be aware. Now, for example, I'm 2 hours driving from Naples, so obviously if there's gonna be a massive eruption of this Campi Flegrei, also me, I could be affected by the ashes, by many things. Maybe there's gonna be a shock wave, a earthquake. I don't know. Again, this is something that Italian people, we know. We live in a beautiful country, but whatever is beautiful has always a price to pay. This is the thing. And it's like that in many other parts of the world. I mean, it's also the same if we are talking about Yellowstone in the United States, or if we are talking about the Philippines or Japan. Anyway, for example, the Japan, when they had the earthquake, and then the problem revealed that it was going to be the tsunami. So anyway, all these things we have to be aware. We are living in a fragile system. Again, I just found interesting this article, so I wanted to bring back this topic that I already discussed a while ago. So, my friends, if you like this type of contents, please put like and subscribe. Now, I would keep going here for a long for a while just to see more pictures, for example, about what Campi Flegrei is. I hope this video is gonna be helpful to simply just to understand what the situation is anyway, the damages that can cause, the issues, the warnings, um, escaping plans. So anyway, as we can see, this is the area that at the moment is the we have in Italy we are keeping an eye. Even if, for example, I was reading an article a few weeks ago or maybe a month ago and was saying that, for example, no, there's not that much that we have to worry. So basically, this, for example, is what it looks what it looks the Baia di Pozzuoli from a picture from. So you don't see the volcano. Basically, I see you can see on the foreground on the background here where my mouse is, that is Vesuvio. So basically we saw before from the top the map. Now we see that here this is southern direction, and so all this area, but as we can see there are houses, I mean people are living, it's considered anyway. I would keep going because are very interesting these images. And so anyway, there's a lot to, for example, here I see a map. L'eruzione dei Campi Flegrei cancellerebbe 7 comuni. So it says here that the eruption of Campi Flegrei supervolcano would wipe out instantly 7 councils, and the 7 councils are the one in red. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know now. Here they don't write. They then there's also the yellow area. So anyway, this is also Napoli, Naples town, Naples city. So there's, for example, here there is another image that you can see. But anyway, it's not only this. The problem is not only this, but the problem is all the area, because it seems like there is a super volcano under the sea as well that might be ready to explode anytime. Hopefully, no. Now I want to see the last image here because the crater that we saw before in the picture before is probably this, or could be this, or could be this, but these are all part of a big crater that is going from all this area, from all this circle. So it might turn into just a big mouth of the volcano. Okay, my friends, so I hope this video was interesting, and I'll see you to my next video on Italy, a place to love. Bye.